president's actions have consequences, and when you repeatedly are attacking my father and war heroes, it creates a culture in the military where people are clearly fearful to show, my father's name in one way or another, and that, I think, is what has started this chain of events and actions.
They're afraid of Trump?
Well, I think they're if you're afraid to have a U.S. McCain hat or show the banner on the warship, which by the way is named after my grandfather and great-grandfather, who were the very first 4-star admirals in the Navy, and both integral in ending World War II and the Vietnam War. Thank you. You're putting people in the military in horrific situations because they're fearful of their jobs. If, God forbid, you're a sailor on this ship, you think there's going to be some kind of retribution. And I think it's horrible. I think it's bad for Americans. And I think we really have to look at the kind of culture that's being put in place. I don't blame the people in the military. I have nothing but respect for people who serve. There's a lot of criticism towards me in the media across the board of how often I speak of my father, how I grieve, how I do it publicly, but it's impossible to go through the grief process when my father, who's been dead 10 months, is constantly in the news cycle because the president is so obsessed with the fact that he's never going to be a great man like he was.
Yeah.
So it actually is dry. So, thank you. Bizarre way to do this. It's a bizarre way to grieve. It's a bizarre way to say goodbye to my dad because it's so omnipresent in politics and not in a way like we're honoring him in the way that you're weaponizing his legacy in the way that you want. So I just want to say that please have a little more compassion. This is very hard. I try and put on a game face every day and I try and be as stoic as possible, but grief is tricky and I'm still sad.
You wanted to obliterate Obama, it didn't happen. You wanted to obliterate John McCain, it didn't happen. Step aside, take a look and take what's best about both these men and see if you can work yourself up to a better place, okay? And then maybe
So that someday there'll be a USS Bone Spars.
If you love that video, you're going to love everything on the Access YouTube channel. So hit the subscribe button. You can thank me later. Hit it.